Boredom is costing you thousands of dollars every single week because you fail to realize that doing nothing is actually a lot better than constantly executing trades. And here is why. Humans are wired to think that doing something is always better than doing nothing. And in every single case scenario, more times than not, it is correct, but in trading, that is totally the opposite case scenario. There was a study on soccer goalies that showed most goalies who stay in the center majority of the match actually end up saving more shots compared to the ones who constantly dive left, right. It is because they feel like they need to be doing something constantly, but it does not help. And traders do the same exact thing, always taking mediocre setups because they think it is better than just preserving capital and sitting on cash, and it ends up frying them in the end because you cannot stay out of a trade. Your brain was trained in school that more time, more hours, and more effort will always result in better results. And for the majority of your life, that is probably how you went about it. And you probably had success doing that. And trading, again, is the weird business model where it is so boring. It's to a point where like you literally have too much time on your hands, and that is why I say boredom is costing you thousands of profits every single week. Literally all day long, you're just scanning the chart, looking for something, looking for that dopamine hit because you think you're just getting left behind. You're scrolling on Instagram, scrolling on TikTok, seeing these YouTube trade recaps, and you feel like you need to catch up, and that is what is holding you back. Literally treating it like a casino, just pulling the lever every single time, every single trade. Boom, it failed. Boom, it failed. Boom, it failed. And you think one time you're just gonna get lucky, revenge trading, and catch a 1 to 8 RR and make back all of your profits. But I think we both know that is not the correct way to go about trading. So when you take 0 trades on a certain day, your brain registers that as 0 progress made, which you're not wrong. There was 0 progress made. But if we really think about it, a net 0 on the day, especially with prop firms, is a lot better than taking that mediocre setup. And why I say especially prop firms is because there's intraday trailing drawdown, where those little losses add up, and then at the end of the week you're just struggling to get back to break even and struggling to make up for those little losses, and it adds up over time. I feel like I've said this in videos prior, but that is why I say it is so important to have a structure throughout your day, right? Because I have been there. When I was at home, literally just sitting in my room all day in the middle of the winter, yeah, I understand it is very tempting to open up the charts, open up your phone, check TradingView, go on, and then you get tempted to take a trade, right? So as much as it is annoying to maybe you just take a loss, you don't trade, but at the end of the day, right, you will always feel like a better person if you get off and just execute your routine like a normal human, right? Like let's just think of the psychology of a job, and you need to treat trading like a job, right? People wake up, they go to work, and when that clock hits 5 o'clock or whatever it may be, they get off and they go on with their day, right? It is a structure built. It is a routine-based life. And I mean, I don't know about you, but the only way to succeed in trading is actually treating it like a job. So why do you think you're able to get away with doing all these little things that flaw the probabilities every single time? Your boredom is literally costing you so much in profits that you did not even know, right? Like, let's just think back. How well off would you be if you traded one session? Like, bro, like this is the most common thing, but how well off would you be if you traded one session, one trade, locked out when you kind of hit your risk parameters, and you are actually a little bit, just in the slightest, picky on your trades, and you did not take every single setup you saw, and you did not pattern trade every single displacement candle? I guarantee you would be in a very different position than you are now, which I'm not saying you're going to do that from the get-go, because everybody actually needs to take those losses and learn those lessons, right? Nobody goes from 0 to 100. You actually need to feel the emotion of suck, right? We've all blown accounts and crawled up in bed and wanted to cry. A lot of people have done it, and that is, in my opinion, the biggest kind of cheat code in trading, right? You take that loss. It is a hit to your mental. It is a hit to your psychology. It makes your week, it makes your day suck, and just simply not wanting to go back to that feeling is what drives me, at least, to want to stick to my rules, right? Because I know my day is ruined. I'm in a bad mood if I do some bullshit. And you should do the same thing. I remember I made a video a long time ago pretty much saying the reason why like it is so important to me to actually just stick to my system is because I do not want to fuck up my day, right? If I go on to the gym with my friends, do I really want to be in a pissy mood, not being able to have a laugh with them just because I blew my accounts and overtraded? No, bro. No, no, no. So please do not let boredom get the best of you. The best trader is the one who realizes that less is more, and you do not need to be doing the absolute most every single day. The best trader is the one who is the best loser, who can sit there when you don't take a trade, when you get edged out of take profit and hits your break even. Who is the best when those case scenarios happen, right? Everybody is a good trader when things are going well, when you're hitting trades, when you're catching huge moves in the market. Everybody can do that, right? It's like saying, yeah, if I had a 90% free throw rate, like I would, or just a 90% jump shot rate, then I would be in the best mood ever, which you are. But it is what happens when shit gets hard, right? Because I promise it will. No matter how good of a trader you are, it will get to a point where you really have to lock in on your mental. And in my opinion, if you do not have structure built out through your day, if you are not normalizing just being able to get off the charts when that shit happens, then you most likely will give into those temptations, and you most likely will go on tilt and blow your accounts, right? So until it becomes a norm in your life, until you actually have consistency based around those habits of getting off the charts and just being the best loser, that is when you'll see true consistency within the market, as well as you can just delay the gratification, and not just go for that instant dopamine hit of, oh my gosh, I got break even, but the draw on liquidity is still valid. Let me re-enter. Oh my gosh, I got stopped out, but now we're reversing, so let me enter in the opposing direction. You are immediately going for that dopamine hit. And one tip I have is, if you get break even, if you take a loss, or if you even struggle with greed, and after taking a win, my biggest tip for you is literally whenever that trade hits or you get stopped out or break even, just close your computer and go for a 5-minute walk around your room, or just leave the room. Because what will this little walk do? Because I think we can all agree, when that happens, when you get stopped out, when that trade hits, your emotions are running at the highest point probably of the entire day, right? You are the most emotional of your entire day when that trade executes. So please, whenever you get stopped out, just close your computer and take a quick 3-minute, 5-minute stroll around your house, around your apartment, wherever it may be, and I promise you, you will reopen the charts with a much more clear mind, and you will not have that immediate dopamine hit of going right back into the market. So please, allow yourself to have a clear mind, and when you have a clear mind, you'll actually make smart decisions, and you might actually become the best loser and not someone who goes right back into the market. Here's one last example. You guys have probably seen the Tom Brady speech at his Hall of Fame press conference, or whatever it was, and he said, in order to be successful at anything, you do not have to be special. You just have to be consistent, and that is all it is. Consistent and determined to actually strive for better in your life. You do not need to be special. By no means am I special. We are all born in the same spot. Nobody is born a good trader, but it is the ones who consistently go at it every single day. We're not special. I'm not special. You're not special. The best trader in the world is not special. They are just consistent. And just like one last example, because I was watching the Masters today, is they're on there for 4 rounds of golf. I don't know, I think that's like 64 holes, right? In order to have a good score over the course of 64 holes, nobody is hitting a hero shot. Nobody is hitting a slice around a tree and just trying to hit a absolute hero shot. No, they are just consistent, going for base hits and knowing what they need to execute in order to get to the end goal. And that is how you need to operate when it comes to trading. So with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Quick kind of psychology lecture, actually diving into a little bit of the actual psychological reasons on why we do things. So with that being said, if you guys would like to join the free Discord, you can always join. It is the top link in the description. And if you guys want accounts with Alpha Futures, code Jack will give you the biggest discount. And of course, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.